Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about 5 upcoming amazing potential feuds for Mr. Malakai Black, of course, who made his debut in AEW a couple of weeks ago. There are so many options here. I picked just 5 that I believe would be fantastic. There's a lot more, of course, and I'm a massive fan of Malakai Black, or Tommy End, or Aleister Black. He's been one of my favourite wrestlers for years upon years, so for me, anything in AEW is going to be an absolute privilege for me to watch. But let's first move on into the first one, which I think is pretty much obvious, which is going to be the feud against Cody Rhodes. Now, of course, we've seen the beginning of this happen already, where Malakai Black turned up, attacked Arn Anderson, then took out Cody, then the following week, once again, getting into a brawl with Cody. So for me, this is the obvious one. The answer would be, or the question would be, where it would actually go, because obviously Cody, when he had the debut of Lance Archer last year, came out on top of it, and I feel like Cody should probably lay down and let Malakai take the win in this feud. I think it would be a great start for Malakai, and I think it could be the start of a big career if Cody gets the win on this one again. The problem is with Cody not being able to go for the AEW Championship as well, there's only so high he needs to be pushed, and I don't feel like a loss to Malakai Black would really affect him too much. So in my opinion, I think the Malakai Black victory would be the smartest option of the two, but you never know what might go on backstage or who else might get involved or anything like that. But yeah, I think this is the obvious first start in Malakai Black's AEW career, as we've already seen. And I think it will probably take him all the way to All Out, which is still a couple of months away, so it'll definitely be a strong start for Malakai to show what he can do. But then who should he move on to afterwards? Now, second on my list, I'm looking at potentially Darby Allin. I really think this will be a fantastic feud. Darby Allin is also quite a dark character. Both the gimmicks would meld quite well together, especially if you bring Sting involved into that feud as well. Of course, Darby Allin is relentless. He is incredibly resilient as well. And we could see a very interesting, maybe even a death match, or maybe even bringing in AEW's second coffin match would be fantastic for this as well. I really think it would be absolutely fantastic, and no matter who comes out on top, I think both of them would come out looking like $1 million, and both progressing from that as well. So I really think that Darby Allin versus Malakai Black is something that would be fantastic. I mean, yeah, just the styles, the gimmicks, everything melds together so well, and it is something that I would really, really love to see. Right, moving on then to the third man in our list, and that, of course, is Mr. Jon Moxley. This, again, will be an absolutely fantastic one. Two guys who would probably more end up being a fight than a wrestling match, to be honest. They're both brawlers, of course, both like to use their strikes, and it's going to be another interesting one. I don't feel like the match would spend a lot of time in the ring. I feel like it would be a proper battle around the arena, through the crowd, all that sort of stuff, and I really, really would be good. I think Moxley needs to do something at this point in time. Of course, he's just come out of the Tag Team Championship feud. Hangman's going up against Omega now. So Moxley's sort of sat in the middle with not a lot to sort of do, because I feel like they're stepping away from this Elite feud now, and it's going to be probably the Dark Order versus the Elite moving forward. So yeah, Moxley does need something fresh. Whether he'll continue to team with Eddie Kingston, or I don't quite know at the moment, because it looks like Eddie might be stepping back away from the Death Triangle anyway, because the Death Triangle look like they might be starting a feud with Andrade. So yeah, I think Moxley does need something, and this could be a great feud to basically get both these guys through to the next big pay-per-view with a fantastic finish off there as well. And who knows, the winner could go on and maybe get themselves a championship match in the future. Yeah, I think it would be good, especially with Malakai playing that dark sort of role again, trying to get in the head of Moxley, trying to play games, mind games. I think it would be a fantastic, fantastic feud between the two. Next up then, we have got, well, we've got Pac. Now, I put it down as Pac, but to be honest, all 3 members of the Death Triangle will be an absolutely fantastic feud for Malakai Black. Pac does have a very bitter and twisted character now, which I think would be a great dynamic for a feud against Malakai's new character as well. But I think the in-ring ability of the pair of them would really elevate this feud up to the next level. And just what I've said before, I think if we see, for example, do you remember that match early on? It was the first few Dynamites, I think, where Guevara springboarded into the ring and got caught with a super kick in the face by Nick Jackson. It looked absolutely brutal. That's the sort of thing I expect to see from the feud between Mr. Aleister Black and Pac. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Can you imagine just Pac springboarding into the ring and getting caught by a black mass out the air? It would be absolutely incredible, and I think it would be a great match between the two of them. And yeah, it'd be a fantastic feud as well. Again, I think Pac has now come back to a face role now, so it would work with Malakai's new gimmick. But we'll have to wait and see, and I just hope we do get the opportunity, because it will be absolutely fantastic. Into our fifth option then. I'm going to go for Lance Archer on this one. I feel like Archer's on a recent face run, and I think he needs something, because at the moment he's not really doing anything. He's just coming out, beating people up and leaving. He's not really involved in any big feuds. Of course, he got a little minor feud against Miro for the TNT Championship at the last pay-per-view, which was really sort of decided the week before and then sort of finished at the pay-per-view. It was a bit pointless, really, so I feel like he does need something. And this could be a fantastic one for him. I mean, both guys could come out of this looking like $1,000 once again, and I think both guys could do with something to just fill a bit of a space until something bigger comes up. I'm not quite sure what they have in mind for Lance. He seems to be sort of just around. He's not really been involved. I think apart from the Cody feud, what else has Lance Archer done? I can't even think myself, to be honest. So yeah, Lance does need something, and of course his recent sort of tweener sort of face role, I think, would be very, very interesting up against Malakai Black, and it'll be interesting to see Malakai as sort of the underdog as such in some of that. Of course, with Lance having the big size and strength advantage, and Malakai could really utilize his in-ring sort of mental arithmetic to get a head start on Lance Archer. I think that would be very interesting to see as well. Of course, that's the 5 names that are coming. I mean, there's loads more, as I said. Phoenix, Pentagon would be 2 fantastic ones as well. I mean, you've got Sammy Guevara, you've got everyone, really. Like I said, there's nobody I don't want to see Malakai Black face off against. That's the problem, because I'm such a big fan. There is one sort of honourable mention I would like to put out there, and that, of course, is Mr. Brodie Lee. He, as well as Malakai Black, 2 of my favourite wrestlers in recent years, and I would have absolutely loved to see the 2 of them in the ring together. However, of course, due to losing Mr. Brodie Lee far too early, that's not going to happen now, but that would have been incredible. And it makes you wonder. I know people have said that the Dark Order don't need a new leader, but I think with the recent promos and so forth we've seen by Malakai coming in, whether Malakai Black would be a great option to take over from them. However, I just don't know if it would work, because at the moment, of course, the Dark Order are backing up Hangman Page going into the feud for the next couple of months against Kenny Omega for the AEW Championship, and they're not going to turn heel anytime soon. But I feel like as a long-term, Malakai Black taking the lead, I think would be fantastic. It would work really well. We've seen his promo skills and his character. I think it would be the perfect option for the Dark Order to bring them back into that sort of heel gimmick. I mean, I know you could never replace Mr. Brodie Lee. It's very difficult to do with a man who was the way he was, but I think himself would say that it would be best to have somebody lead that stable and continue the success. But there we go. Anyway, that's my opinions on what I want to see from Malakai Black in the future. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below if I've missed any potential amazing feuds out. Of course, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit a like. Of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. And I'll be back with you tomorrow when we're going to do the same sort of thing with Andrade El Idolo in AEW to see what we want to see from him in the future. Good night, God bless, Auf Wiedersehen, love you all, Tati Buys.